Hello, me. Hi, how are you feeling? Okay, why? Fancy doing something really different? Depends what you mean by different.
Oh no. Well, mad or not, here I am in Minehead. It's the 5th of October 2010 and a gorgeous autumn morning. The old legs are working, apart from the odd dodgy knee and a couple of wayward toes. So here we go. The Southwest Coastal Path is a trail from Minehead in Somerset to Poole Harbour in Dorset. Its measured length is 630 miles, or just over 1,000 kilometres, and that's without various diversions off the trail for accommodation, etc. For me, this is the first stage of what will be many. Starting in Minehead, and I will spend a week getting to Instow, which is about 78 miles. The pretty village of Bossington, completely owned by the National Trust, is an interesting diversion, having several of the old bread oven chimneys on the remaining cottages. And best of all, just a couple of miles from Journey's End today, Porlock. An interesting double-arch toll gate is reached just beyond Porlock Weir and about a mile from Porlock itself. Culbone Church is the smallest complete parish church in England where regular worship is still offered. It is 35 foot in length, the chancel is 10 foot wide, and the nave is 12 foot 4 inches wide. Walls are 2 foot thick, it seats 30 in great discomfort. There has been a religious building on this site since just after the Romans left Britain. The current church is somewhat of a mixture. Saxon window, Norman font, 15th century pews, with the 17th century large box pew, a leper squint, and the oldest bell in West Somerset. This ropey-looking cross was erected over a spring in the 19th century and named Sisters Fountain because the owner's nieces liked to play in its vicinity. The spring is reputed to have gushed forth from a spot where Joseph of Arimathea struck the ground with his staff. At this point, I would like to make it clear that when the sea is over there on the right, I am facing forward. When it's on the left, I am looking back admiring my own hard work. When it's straight ahead, I am seriously contemplating jumping in, as it's such a hot day. Lynmouth and Lynton have a very useful cliff railway connecting the two towns, opened in 1890 and still going strong today. It unfortunately does not have a stop, 2/3 of the way up the cliff where the path passes it, so southwest coastal path walkers have to huff and puff their way up here to get on the path. It was created by the Victorians to give pleasant exercise on a scenic route to the Valley of the Rocks. Navigation was never a problem, as the way is well signposted most of the time. Occasionally a decision has to be made, but there is normally sufficient information available to allow the walker to make the right choice. Decision made. I have been to Heddon's Mouth before, and it always looks very scenic. However, it looks a lot less scenic after walking up and down for an hour, only to have progressed just 200 yards on the other side of the valley. I had been told that my next stop, Braunton, possessed a shop selling the best fish and chips in Devon, and for the last 3 miles that was all I could think about, apart from a cooling pint. Unfortunately, the local chippy does not open on a Sunday, and the resulting curry was less satisfying. brought them to Instow. My last day on this, the first stage of my epic ramble, is a completely flat walk along the Tor estuary into Barnstaple, and then over the river and along the south side of the estuary to Instow, approximately 13 miles, all in sunshine and about 24 degrees. Can this really be mid-October?